Hello and welcome to 10 Days of Gratitude. I'm your host, Mia Saenz. And with me in this segment is a dear friend. Her name is Kimberly Marooney. Now, I'm not just having on dear friends, I'm having on spectacular people. And as you get to know those of you who don't know Kimberly, you're going to just love her. So, hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Mia.
It's funny because when I do friends and people that I work with, I get a little bit more thrown than when I do people that I don't know. So, okay, so Kimberly, this is how I think Kimberly's so amazing, is Kimberly is the founder of the Angel Ministry.com. She's incredible. As you can see, look behind her, all the angel stuff. She truly has a heart of gold. Now, before I jump into the interview and everything, I'm going to give it over to Kimberly to say hello to us and to talk a little bit about what she wants to share with us right now about about your journey, Kimberly. So tell us a little bit about who you are, those who don't know you, and then we're going to go in about your journey before we talk about gratitude.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be here with you today. I want you to know that I have the gift of looking into the soul temple where we have all gathered, and I can see the souls of everyone who will ever watch this interview, because we're all here together in real, eternal time, in our hearts, in our souls together. And we are here sharing love. That's what I'm all about, divine love. Activating divine love in your heart. Activating your link to divinity. I am so glad to be here today because when Mia asked me to be a part of this 10 Days of Gratitude, I was just jumping up and down in joy and delight because my whole life is a work of gratitude. My whole life is a miracle. It's a miracle I'm alive. It's a miracle that I'm here. It's a miracle that I live now in this beautiful home that I just got. I have the most amazing husband, and all of these things that you see behind me are my books. It's a miracle that I've been blessed with this amazing relationship with the angels to co-create great stuff. So here's the deal. And I'm really thrilled about this because I just recently just realized this. It's been the truth for 20 years, but it's taken me 20 years to get it into my head, into my pretty little head. I always tell myself, relax your pretty little head. You're just And the angels tell me, breathe, relax, because I tend to get really excited about stuff. Mm-hmm. The energy gets flowing, and I just get really excited.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
About your books.
Well, that's where I was going.
Tell us how many you've written, because you've written a lot.
I published about 12 books, and all of them have come out of some kind of situation in my life that wasn't so good, that wasn't so happy, that wasn't so desirable. So the first one, actually, my Angel Blessings cards, this is my favorite, my bestseller, my all-time. It's coming on this is actually its 20th year reunion this year. Wow. It's been through 5 different editions. It sold 250,000 copies in 15 languages all around the world. And it's all because one day I was lying on my sofa almost dead, and I really wanted to die. But there was some part of me that knew that whatever it was that I wanted wasn't it. So I went to a deep place in myself that was deeper than any place I'd ever been, and this scary prayer came out of my mouth, came out of my soul. That here's the prayer, I still remember it, and I still can feel it in my bones when I pray. It's, Lord, I don't care what you do with me. All that matters is that you hold me in love right now. That's one of those scary prayers that we come to every now and then in life when we don't know what else to do, when we surrender everything. In that moment, I gave up everything. I gave up living and suffering, dying, anything in between, any desires, any wants I had. I gave up everything my little ego could imagine it wanted in that moment and poured every part of my being into that prayer. I don't care what happens to me in this body. All that matters is I feel your love. So here's what happened. The ceiling in my living room opened up, and millions of angels descended from the heavens. I don't know if you've ever seen the Doré paintings, sketch drawings. They're fabulous. Look them up. Doré. The angels came down like that, millions of beings, only instead of in little line drawings, they were in Technicolor. Millions, I mean millions of celestial beings, millions of angels came into my living room to hold me in an embrace of love that was unlike anything I could ever imagine. In that embrace, the searing pain that I'd been living with continuously for 2 years went away. And I was cradled in this beyond cellular to the very core essence of my being, divine love, that I knew everything was okay. And here's the part that really whacked out my mind. I could feel all of those million beings who were there with me uniquely and simultaneously. You know, we can't do that in human bodies. We can love somebody, we can hug one friend, you know, we can do this little group hug thing, you know, here, group hug. But we can't really take them in to fully experience all of them in their glory, their power, their majesty, all at once. And that's what happened in that moment. It was actually longer, way longer than a moment. It was probably 10 minutes, which felt like an eternity. And toward the end, they asked me to create a bridge to spirit. You know, so my little mind is saying, you can hardly get off the sofa and go to the bathroom. You can't, you've forgotten how to read. You can't function. So I just kind of shooed that away, and I said, yes, yes, yes. Well, angel blessings cards is that bridge to spirit. Over the next 4 years, they guide me to heal. You know, obviously I didn't die. They guided me into healing, to the right doctors, to the right treatment. And then one by one, these amazing angels came to me. This is the angel of purity. She wanted to be with us today. And the angel of peace. She wanted to be with us today. One by one, 44 of these amazing beings came with me and spent anywhere from a week to a month with me. And by spending time with me, I mean they literally moved in. They arranged the circumstances in my life. They gave me messages in my heart. They healed my body. They changed my life. They moved things around. Wow. It was amazing what they did. And rather than channel the information for the book, I was tasked with writing from my own experience about what this was like in a way that would fit in with this amazing work. And so Angel Blessings totally, this bridge to spirit, totally changed my life. Incredible. And since then, I've had the blessing of writing a dozen other books, of creating the Angel Ministry, of creating a rosary for the children of light. I'm so excited about everything. This is the sweet little rosary. Okay. It's just amazing. And I feel so blessed every day. I wake up in the morning in gratitude, wondering, what you got in store for me today? And every night I get in bed and cozy up. It's cold here in northern Washington, where I live now. I cozy up in my bed and just have such gratitude for all of the love and the blessings that have poured into my life in this amazing parade of experiences.
You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to happen this way, but how I've tracked these amazing connections between human and spirit, where they become really deep and rich and luscious, and we become incredibly dedicated, is generally through a near-death experience like you had. It's funny because when I asked you that before, we were talking and I said, hey, did this happen? Did you have a near-death experience? And you went, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, I'm doing some research on the side here with all these beautiful people that I am meeting who shift and change or have these amazing gifts. It's generally brought on by angelic realms, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the angel realm, but it's just incredibly beautiful. but sometimes we have to, because we're stubborn as humans, we don't shift and change until we see that we're at our last straw, so why don't we shift and change before? Which is really an interesting thought, I guess we have to take it to the dark place before we can actually really love and want to live permanently in the light.
Well, I'm so glad that you said that, because once wasn't enough for me. I had to do it twice. I'm a Scorpio. I just had my birthday. I have to make sure I'm not only a Scorpio, but I'm a 29-degree Scorpio. I don't know astrology, but I think that's what you say. Because I'm at the end. I'm at the very last degree that you can be in Scorpio. And so not only when I do stuff, I don't do it just a little bit. I go all the way. Mm-hmm. And so it was the same with this. I had to have a second near-death experience, this time almost into a coma. I was I was dancing in and out of consciousness on my way out. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't time to go. Yeah. Then I came back.
These experiences are brilliant. I've had them too, where I was literally in a walking coma for a few years due to an accident and sleeping 20 hours a day and not able to really participate with my family or function. And then I just had this white light come in, and everything seemed different. And it was on my birthday, actually, about 8 years ago. And I looked at life differently, and I said, I'm going for it. Even if I die faster, I'm going for it, because doctors have already said I have less than 2 years to live. So this is really, let's not wait until we get to those places, everyone, but know that find your stuff now.
Well, I have some good news. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yes.
After the second near-death experience, I've learned how to be well and healthy. And so for the first time in my whole life, I'm actually a healthy, well, vibrant, energetic woman, which I'm grateful for. And also for the first time in my life, rather than co-creating with the angels out of tragedy, I'm co-creating out of joy and willingness. So there is light at the end of this tunnel. You can come to the place where you don't have to lose everything twice and almost die twice and have everybody else die. You don't have to do that. You can come to the place in life where you are ready, where you say yes. And here's the magic key. It's gratitude. Gratitude for everything, especially the challenges that we've had. I was just reading, I love Catherine Ponder, and I was reading one of her books, Millionaire Moses, and the last chapter in that is about completion, where she was talking about Moses, and he knew that he wasn't going to be able to get his people quite into the promised land. He got them to the border, but he couldn't get them in. So what did he do? He prayed his prayer of completion, which is the Song of Moses. He prayed his prayer of completion where he recited everything that he's done, everything that he's accomplished, everything that he's grateful for. And then he blessed it all. So here's one of the things that you can do coming into Thanksgiving and this wonderful time of gratitude is to reflect back over your life at everything. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the mediocre stuff, the Walking Dead part, the in-between stuff, the highs, the lows, everything. Sing your song of completion, having gratitude for all of it, and then bless it. Then just completely let it go, once and for all. Don't drag up those old stories anymore. Completely let them go. And instead of turning to the old stories, start to find the new stories of love, of adventure, of gratitude, of soul calling in your heart. So instead of going back and dwelling in the past or fretting about the future, use, when you find yourself there, say, oh. See, I get all excited. This is an invitation. I'm getting an invitation right now to imagine what my life could be going forward, to imagine the miracles I'd love to have, to imagine the qualities of life. Like, what quality of life do I want to have today in the morning? What do I want to experience today? How do I want to feel today? And at night when you get in bed, still at night when I get in bed, there's a little bit of a challenge. I caught myself the other night dredging up some kind of worry that I don't even know what it was, but I felt myself in anxiety. And I thought, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Stop it, knock it off. And so I came back to my song of completion and to my song of love in my heart, and just started to feel that connection of love that's always there in my heart, with my eternal beloved, with my husband, with my family, with myself, with all of my people in my community, with you, Mia, with you, our people today, as I'm so grateful for your presence and your love in life.
It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. It's really, I like how you brought up the, when you said that the other night it happened to you and you had to get out of it, because one thing that people don't realize about those who practice and practice and practice, what they talk about is once in a while we slip. Once in a while we go back and then we catch ourselves and go, just like what you said, what are you doing?
Stop it.
Exactly. Stop that. What are you doing? So it's incredible to do that, and it's incredible to have the strength to be able to flip back out of it immediately. And I love that. I love that about our self-growth. I love that about gratitude. I love that about understanding what our mission is in life. And I call it a mission because until you have a mission of what you need, want, and desire to express, you're not going to be fully committed. So having your mission, like you having the angel ministry, is your mission, It's beautiful. It really is.
So I'm just bursting to tell you a secret about gratitude.
Do! I'm bursting to hear it.
Everybody talks about gratitude. Oprah had the gratitude journal and the whole gratitude program. Everybody has gratitude programs. Right. And I want to tell you why that is, just in case you don't already know. And that's because gratitude is a very high frequency. Gratitude is actually gratitude and eternal love are the highest frequencies we can experience. And why is that? It's because they're divine. They're not human made-up emotions. They don't come from anything here in the material realm. They literally come from the divine. They literally come from the heavens. They literally flow into our hearts and souls from our eternal self and from our angels. So there's a lot of talk about raising our consciousness, raising our vibration, and it's literal. Our body vibrates at a particular rate. I think it's somewhere around 70 hertz. I have to check on that. I'm not sure. But when we connect with eternal love, not human love, but eternal love, and with real soulful gratitude, this energy actually flows down through all of our chakra systems, through our energy bodies, through whatever you want to call it, through our being, through the space between the molecules in our being, and literally raises the vibration of our whole entire being, which has some really wonderful consequences. It can heal illness. It can open our consciousness to divine consciousness, to higher consciousness, so that we can understand more about our mission or our soul calling. It helps us to awaken. It helps us to open our hearts to real love, not love, hate, transient, today I love you, tomorrow I hate you, kind of human sort of stuff that happens that's conditional, but real, unconditional divine love. It opens us to co-creativity with our souls, with our true being, with spirit. It opens us to all of the good stuff that we really want in life. So don't waste another moment fussing with the nasty stuff of life that you're really done with. Make the choice to choose love, choose gratitude, choose peace. I actually wrote a book about this. This one, this is the be attitudes. Be in love. Be at peace. This is such a sweet little book. I couldn't help myself there.
No, I'm glad.
Because it's so important that we choose love, that we be in these states of consciousness. And it's not magic, it's a choice.
Mm-hmm. It is a choice. And until it becomes automatic, it's a practice.
It is.
It's a practice. And it's a beautiful practice.
Sometimes it's a second by second choice when we're battling with our brain, when we're battling with our beliefs and our issues. Man, I can't tell you how many second by second battles I've been through in my life where I just keep returning over and over and over, choosing love, choosing love, choosing love, choosing peace. And it eventually sinks in and sticks. Mm-hmm. I don't have those battles very often anymore. Mm-hmm. And now when they happen, they're really short.
Yeah. Isn't that incredible how in the beginning, before we decided to take these steps for ourselves, chaos was abound. And then the more we work at it, the more we practice, they just become here and there, a little handful, every so often. It's not like it was before. And that's one thing that I really hope everybody gets, is that when you bring gratitude in, when you shift and change your energy level of who you are, your vibration, all of that, which all goes hand in hand. So if you're new at this, it's all right. It's not a big scary thing. But when you shift and change like that, your life becomes beautiful. All the other garbage falls away. And really, to even start that is just a statement. I want to change.
Yeah.
I want love. Yeah. And then it all flows from there. It literally does.
And then behold, there's light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is really beautiful. And of course, as you said before, sometimes we falter, sometimes we go back in for a very short time because, that's all part of us growing another step higher and further too. It's a reminder. It's no, I don't want to be in that place. I want to be in the light. And so your commitment to everything becomes, and your choice becomes that much more rock solid. So some people don't understand that they come in and out, that some of us happen to have several dark nights of the soul in our human lifetime. It's not a one-time experience. You can stay out of it, you can work to stay out of it, but, don't beat yourself up if you end up going into that space again. Just limit it. What would you do, Kimberly?
And when it happens, my nose is itching because the chi is coming up. Mm-hmm. When it happens, it's actually a blessing because we have these pockets of old beliefs, of old issues, of old pain that are tucked away here and there in our being. And so when we enter one of those other dark nights of the soul, when our mind starts nagging at us, when we enter periods of self-doubt and darkness and despair, all that's happened is the light is shining in on another place of darkness that is literally begging to be awakened, mm-hmm. to be illuminated. And that's what's happening in those moments. This place of darkness wants to be illuminated just as badly as you don't want to feel that anymore. Right. So it's really simple. All you have to do is have the courage to breathe and feel it. Yeah. Because what we do is we run away from it. We do everything we can to get away from feeling that because we don't want to feel it, we don't want to think it, we don't want to be aware of it. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is, it's really short. Just take a breath. See, the chi is coming up in my nose as I'm doing this. My nose itches when the energy is starting to rise. Is take a breath and feel it. Let yourself be with it. Just for a moment, just long enough to let it be present, where you're not trying to suppress it or get away from it or escape from it or push it down. Let it actually come up and be there. Mm-hmm. Let yourself feel the suffering and the pain. And then in your prayer, say, I am so done with this. I am singing my song of completion. I know that this belief, this deep pain, I don't even know what it is. I don't have to know. Can I swear?
If you want to.
Whatever the fuck this is, I don't care. I just want it out right now.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say that the gardener came a day early, so we have a lot of people wanting to know about the angel ministry here. So I can hear the gardener outside, so I apologize. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we just have to be real about how we're feeling in the moment. If we try to sugarcoat it, it just doesn't work. We have to be real with it and then pray, or however you do it, like I pray, but however you do it, call in your divine resources, whoever they are, and say, lift me out of this right now. I am done with it. I bless it. I thank it for whatever purpose it had long lifetimes ago. I don't even need to know. Mm-hmm. I thank it. I bless it. I release it into the light and love of eternity. And in its place, I feel the light and love streaming in, filling me, reprogramming everything in my being, the space in between my molecules, my energy body, my brain, my emotions, helping me to become who I truly am. I am a being of light. I am a powerful woman of love, a woman of God, walking this world in passion, in joy, in fortitude, in courage, in love, in power. That is me, not this other nonsense that is just happy to be released.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Wow. So now I have something on a more simpler level to ask you. Believe it or not, we're almost out of time. What is you have a free gift for us. Would you like to share it?
I do. I have a gift that's called my Angel Blessing Kit.
Awesome.
And it's in 3 parts. The first part is I wrote, how do you connect with angels? People ask me that all the time. And really the question is what matters most. It's through great questions that we connect. And so I wrote this beautiful ebook. I think it's 27 or 32 pages or something like that. It's really wonderful, with the 5 top ways to connect with angels. And they're easy. You can do it. Even if you've never have recognized an angel connection before, you can do this. Mm-hmm. And so there's a top 5 ways ebook to download. And then I was doing a series of events with this wonderful group that was called the Spiritual Sanctuary and Spa. And one of the sessions we did was a healing circle, an angel healing circle that was just so yummy. I put it in here because you get to hear me at work in an angel healing circle with these other wonderful people. And you can take it in. You can experience that healing and blessing for yourself.
Wonderful.
And then the third part is you get my Guiding Angels newsletter, where I get to share messages from angels, and you get to find out what I'm up to, because, wow, am I hopping.
You are hopping.
There's a lot that's happening right now. The angels are just pouring in, and I just am so excited to share everything that's happening.
It's very exciting. And you have a lot of things coming around. You have courses on angels and bringing them in and things like that. So be sure to check out Kimberly's information. It's in your email, but it's also theangelministry.com.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh, and my main site is KimberlyMarooney.com.
That's right. I always keep shoving the other one, and Kimberly keeps saying, yeah.
Well, they're really different.
That's right.
The KimberlyMarooney.com is for everybody.
And also, they can find your angel stuff through there.
Through there, yes.
Through to it. Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much, honey. This was lovely to have you here.
I loved it. Thank you so much, Mia. It's such a blessing to be here with you. I am really grateful for you. And I'm grateful for all of our friends who will be tuning in and joining us and feeling the love that's in our heart in this experience. So remember, choose gratitude, choose love, fly high and dive deep.
That's awesome. And for those of you who are going to hear me say this to Kimberly, and I am really grateful that I get to give you a hug next week, because Kimberly is driving down and we're having dinner. So this will actually be, our dinner will probably happen around the time that this airs. So this will be wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Me too. It'll be awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And for you, Kimberly, thank you so much for being here. It was truly lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Mia. I love you, my dear friend.
I love you too, sweetheart. Everyone, we'll see you in another episode.